the period after the Guptas. After the decline of the Gupta Empire, some smaller kingdoms arose in the north and south India. Among them, the prominent ones were the kingdom of Harsha in the north and that of the Chalukyas in the Deccan and Pallavas in South India. Harshvardhana, the first ruler of Vardhana dynasty, was Prabhakar Vardhana. His capital was Thaneshwar, Thanesar. He was succeeded by Rajyavardhana, who was cunningly murdered by the ruler of Bengal, Shashank. After his death at the age of 16 years, Harshvardhana ascended the throne in 606 AD and ruled till 647 AD. Harshvardhana is often described as the last greatest Hindu emperor of northern India who extended his empire over the vast region of eastern Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Bihar, Odisha and parts of the Himalayas in the north and up to Narmada River in the Deccan. Sources: we get detailed information about Harsha's reign from the account of Chinese pilgrim Haiyan Sang, who visited India in the 7th century AD and stayed in the country for about 15 years. The pilgrim vividly describes Harsha's court and life in those days. His account sheds light on the economic and social life of the period. Another important literary source is the biography of Harsha, named Harshcharita, written by Banbhat, the court poet of Harsha. Harsha's military achievements. Harsha began his rule in 606 AD. Soon he shifted his capital from Thaneshwar in Haryana to Kannauj. Kannauj was situated on an elevated area and could be easily fortified. Harsha governed his empire in the same way as the Guptas, except that his administration had become more decentralized. The political unification of a large part of northern India was his greatest political achievement. For example, he gave land grants to the priests and officers who were given the responsibility of managing them and collecting land revenue. The Chalukyan king Pulakeshin II of Vatapi or Badami in Karnataka stopped Harsha's powerful army while he was marching into the Deccan. As a result, Harsha could not succeed in his mission of conquering the Deccan. Social condition. From Haiyan Sang account of the social life of the people, we come to know that nobles and priests led a luxurious life. Haiyan Sang noticed that untouchability existed. The untouchables lived outside the villages and ate garlic and onion. The untouchables would announce their entry into the town by shouting loudly so that the other people might keep away from them. Thus, this description tells us that there was an acute social disparity between the various castes during Harsha's time. Education and culture. During this time, Nalanda was a famous Buddhist university. According to Hyen Sang, who had also studied here, the university was supported with the revenue of 100 villages. Harshvardhana followed a tolerant religious policy. In his early years, he worshipped Shiva, but later he became a great follower of Buddhism. He was also very charitable. According to Hyen Sang, Harsha built numerous stupas in the name of the Buddha. He made many donations to the University of Nalanda. After organizing a grand assembly at Prayag, Harsha gave huge donations and gave away everything except his personal clothing. Hyen Sang speaks very highly of Harsha. He wrote that the king was kind, courteous, and helpful. After the death of Harsha in 647 AD, northern India was again thrown into a state of confusion. Small regional kingdoms continued to fight with one another. Meanwhile, the Deccan and South India emerged as promising powers. The Chalukyas in the Deccan, after the decline of the Satavahanas, the Chalukyas played an important role for about 2 centuries until 757 AD. They set up their kingdom in western Deccan towards the beginning of the 6th century AD. They established their capital at Vatapi, Badami in Karnataka. Political achievements of the Chalukyas. The most powerful and famous Chalukya king was Pulakeshin II. We come to know about him in a Prashasti written by his court poet Ravi Kirti. He defeated Harsha's army and checked his advance towards the Deccan. He fought successfully against the other Deccan kingdoms of Rashtrakuta and Pallava dynasties. He also conquered the area lying between the river Krishna and Godavari. The downfall of Chalukyas began with the death of Pulakeshin II. Trade. The Chalukyas developed trade relations with Iran, Arabia, and Southeast Asia. Envoys were sent by Pulakeshin II, the Persian ruler Khusrau II. As a result, strong ties of friendship developed between the two empires. Religious life. The Chalukyas erected a number of Vishnu and Shiva temples. A large number of Buddhist monasteries were also built. Temples of deities Shiva and Vishnu were built by the Chalukyas. They also gave funds to build Buddhist monasteries. This showed that they practiced the policy of religious tolerance. The Chalukyas also patronized cave paintings. The excellent Ajanta paintings were mostly completed during the Chalukyas' reign. The Pallavas. In the 6th century AD arose another powerful dynasty called the Pallavas. They controlled both southern Andhra and northern Tamil Nadu. They set up their capital at Kanchi, present-day Kanchipuram, in the Kaveri Delta, which became a town of temples and Vedic learning. The two great rulers of Pallava dynasty were Mahendravarman and Narasimhavarman I. Although both the Pallavas and the Chalukyas supported Hinduism, performed Vedic sacrifices, and gave donations to the Brahmanas, they quarreled with each other for wealth, territory, and prestige. Both tried to establish supremacy over the land lying between the rivers Krishna and Tungabhadra. Their struggle for political power continued till the middle of the 8th century AD. After that, their power declined. The Pallavas' administration. In the Pallava kingdom, power and responsibility was given to the local people to manage their own affairs and problems. From the inscriptions of the Pallava period, we come to know that there were a number of local assemblies in the kingdom. Sabha was an assembly of the Brahmana landowners. Ur was a village assembly of the non-Brahman landowners. Nagaram was an exclusive association of the merchants. In the village, these local assemblies were divided into sub-committees which looked after important activities like irrigation, agriculture, roads, temples, etc. The participation of the local people was a unique democratic feature of these assemblies. Art and architecture. The Pallava kings constructed a number of stone temples of Lord Shiv and Lord Vishnu. The most famous of them are the 7 Rath temples found at Mahabalipuram, about 65 kilometers from Chennai. These were built in the 7th century by Narasimhavarman, who founded the port city of Mahabalipuram. This city is also famous for the Shore temple. The Raths of Mahabalipuram are in the form of chariots cut out of blocks of stone. There are 9 Raths, 5 such Raths of which are named after the Pandavas and Draupadi. The Pallavas also constructed the famous Kailashnath temple at Kanchi.